Hi there, I'm Peg, and welcome to my studio.
So today was a continuation of a play day for me. I had started on a journal, about a week ago, using some of those eco-dyed papers that I had done last year in a class with Jeannie at Mary Beth Shaw's studio in St. Louis. And so I wanted to put some washers, reinforcement washers on these throughs that were going to hold my book together. I have elasticized bands that are going around the book that hold it together. I guess it's a portfolio, not a book. There's a book inside, but I wanted to put these reinforcements on there just so that this will wear better over time. These papers have been stressed already because they were boiled in a vat for about an hour, and then they were dried, and then I brought them home, and then I washed them off after that and hung them. So it was a process to get them to this stage in eco dyeing. So here's the folio, and I want to put a closure on the interior here. So I'm going to cut this down and trim it out and attach that to those two flaps that are coming over. And yeah, just make it a little bit sturdier. So I have a multi-sized corner rounder, and I'm going to round those off and attach them to the flaps that are folding to the interior. I'm going to use both some sequin tape and some glue because I want this to hold up over time. You know, as you take things in and out, they take a lot of wear and tear, and so it's best if you can secure these pretty well. So that's my goal, is to make sure that these are sturdy and they're going to stay in place. So I'm going to use some glue from Art Glitter. Art Glitter glue I find to be a really good glue, and then there's the tape, and I will struggle with getting the backing off of the tape because I always do. I don't know about you guys, but I always have trouble with that. And yeah, it's not coming. It's giving me trouble. I'm eventually going to get out a pick and use it because, I couldn't seem to get a hold of it, and it would pull up, and I should have put the tape down before I put the glue down, but hindsight is always better than foresight, right? All right, so finally got it off of there. Can fasten that down and make it a flap, and then I will do the same on the other side. But this time I learned my lesson. I put the tape down first, and then I will add the glue. Yeah, that went much smoother, didn't it? Okay, sometimes I do teach myself a few things. So I really like this design. It's kind of a takeoff on something that I think Ideology had put out about a year ago. Um, so I'm going to put those reinforcers on this flap because I want to tie these flaps down in the middle. And I wasn't thinking real well. I was talking to some friends while I was doing this, and I wasn't thinking real well, and I should have done this closure in a much better fashion. But, if you do something like this, you can do a better job of it than I do. So I'm punching holes, and I'm thinking, I should just slip a ribbon through there, and I might still do that. I ended up putting another piece down below to tie to, and yeah, decided I didn't really like that. So I'm not sure how this is all going to end up, but we'll see. So now I'm die cutting some more of those reinforcers so that I can put them back in front and have some stability. Anyway, I do eventually end up changing that out for just a piece of waxed linen. That elastic cord was just way too thick and looked clunky in there, and so I decided just a waxed linen cord would be fine. It's kind of a gray-black, and it blends in with the rest of the journal that's on the interior. So you can see I'm still struggling with this closure. I'm going to punch a couple of circles and use a brad to go through so that I've got something to wrap the wax linen onto. Yeah, that whole piece of elastic is going to go away and I will just use wax linen. So I'm going to insert a photo of the way I finally ended up finishing this out. Kind of made a hot mess of it, but I think I did recover fairly well. So there's the brads coming out. I'm going to poke a hole through those reinforcement pieces that I'm going to wrap the linen around and cover the back side of the brad with another piece just so it's not so unsightly. And then we shall see what we end up with. There are all kinds of closures that you can do on this. I could have thought about it a little bit better and done it better, but you know, when you're sitting there talking with people and just not paying attention, you get what you get, right? And you don't pitch a fit. So there I am gluing that down, and we will cut to the chase. Anyway, once I figure out the closure, I decided that I have a little waterfall on the interior that I want to add some photographs to. So I get out my mini printer and start printing out some. First, I have to remember how to use it. You know how it is. You get tools out, and it's like I haven't had this out in a while. I haven't used it in a bit. Oh yeah, and I needed some tags to hang those on too, so I'm getting out some tags. So I'm going to use my mini HP sprocket for this. It has little packets of 10 stickers that you can put in here, and it shows you how to load them up, and I'm just going to use the HP app and print out the photos that I want to go onto my tags that I'm going to put on that waterfall on the interior of my portfolio. This works pretty well. I'm going to print these all out for the different occasions. There were several times that we'd gotten together, different classes and different places, and we were in Wisconsin, we were in St. Louis, and we will be back in Illinois before long doing another thing together. So I wanted to capture these moments of my friends and I creating art. Now that I have a pile of photographs, I can start adding my tags to the book. So I'm just going to glue these into the waterfall, kind of trying to center them. I'm going to put 3 across And then I will take my little stickers that we created with the photograph on them, and I'll cut them down to size and glue them on. Now I want to do the trick where I use the adhesive tape and the glue. Like I said, I want this good and secure. So I'm going to peel the, yeah, here we go. I'm going to peel the tape. Watch Peg peel tape. And put some glue on there, art glitter glue. And then I will glue that down in place, and that tape will hold it in place while the glue is drying too. So here I'm going to select the particular pictures I want to use. I think the first event is when we took a class, the class in Wisconsin at Shake Rag Alley. And so I'm going to add those photographs from Shake Rag Alley. And this is the first time that I was meeting a lot of these people that we ended up taking classes with in St. Louis, Missouri, with Jeannie. Jeannie Barnes was one of the girls taking classes with me at Shake Rag Alley, and I'd taken other classes at Shake Rag Alley that Jean and I attended, so it was kind of fun to see familiar faces in the crowd. So now I'm going to put the Missouri pictures up there from when we went down to do the eco dyeing, and that's the papers that I'm using to make this folio from are the ones that we created there in the studio in Missouri. Once I have placed these events in my book, I still have space for some more waterfall tags to go in there so I can add photographs from the next event that we attend. And that will be fun, just to have all the things that we have done together in one place. And I can share and laugh with my friends. You don't have to use the whole photo. You can just, I punched this circle out because I wanted to highlight Mary Beth there because she was teaching that particular class. So that much is done. My journal can go inside. I can change out that closure and make it happier. And then on the front, I have a shrink plastic piece that says, "The journey is never truly over, it just changed course." And then I also have a few dangly things along with these fibers on the edge. And I'm pretty happy with that little travel folio. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you coming by and spending some time and staying with me throughout this video. And I hope you find some other content here that you will enjoy.